Hey, it's AT time. My name is Ron Freeman, and today on Animation Trainers, we're going to be talking about how attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD, has proven a challenge in my career, but also has made me a better animator. And to make sure you don't miss any of the other videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and switch the notification bell to all. And check out the links in the description below to our website and to our Patreon page, where you can learn animation online during 1-hour weekly sessions for only $2 a week. When my oldest son was 4 years old, he was diagnosed with autism. And when we then moved to Massachusetts because we heard how amazing the services for special needs families are there, my wife and I received full neuropsych evaluations because they wanted to understand where autism comes from, etc. And while they said that I did not exhibit certain physiological aspects that go along with an autism diagnosis, they said that I was so clearly textbook ADHD that they were amazed how I had gotten through the school system without being previously diagnosed. Anyone who has known me for an extended period of time would not be surprised at all by that diagnosis. My late wife became a special needs advocate as a result of our family's situation, and having gotten pretty good at guessing her patients' diagnoses, she went to her grave swearing up and down that I was somewhere on the autism spectrum. And I never doubted her. The fact of the matter is that I've always felt a slight disadvantage at understanding subtle nuance and nonverbal communication. Have you ever heard the saying that people will choose a career based on the thing that they want to understand more or have a fear of? Well, there's a part of me that wonders if my decision to become an animator wasn't born, at least in some small way, out of a desire to have a better understanding of what expressions and gestures and what people do with their bodies and faces mean. I am inherently a mimic, to the point that I will pick up someone else's accent if I speak to them for more than a few minutes. And I think that's because I have an innate desire to be understood. That's why I frequently will repeat myself or say the same thing in a slightly different way. Like I just did now. This desire to understand gestures and expressions, coupled with a natural ability to mimic vocal signatures and pick up on mannerisms, led me to an acting path for my childhood and teen years, and eventually led me into an animation role in my adulthood. Because an animator needs to analyze what makes a certain animal's movement feel like that animal, or what makes how someone does something feel a certain way, that extra diligence and attention that I needed to pay to gestures and expression has served me very well as an animator. Comment quiz! Do you or someone you know have ADHD? What coping mechanisms do you use? I'd love to know in the comments below. Remember, all the cool kids comment. But what are the challenges that having ADHD can present when trying to have a career as an animator? Considering the fact that it requires you to sit in one place and focus intently on one thing, some people might imagine that that would be an impossible task for someone with ADHD. But the fact of the matter is that people with ADHD are able to hyper-focus on something if it interests them, to the point that they are completely unaware of visual and audio cues around them while they're in that hyper-focused state. But for me at least, what my ADHD means is that after about 45 to 50 minutes of being productive, I find that I get antsy and I need to distract myself somehow. I worked at Disneyland when I was 20 years old, and the people who designed the break system for the people coming back onto their shifts and moving the next person in the rotation out into their break must have also had ADHD, because the way that system worked resulted in everyone getting about a 10-minute break every hour. And that was exactly the shift of focus I needed when I needed it. And I remembered that and carried that over into my animation work. When I start to feel antsy and feel like I'm having a hard time focusing on what I'm doing, I will get up from my desk and go empty the dishwasher, or make sure my guinea pigs have enough water, or top off my dogs' dry food bowls, or fold laundry, or any of the things that I also need to get done during the day. And by the time I finish doing that task after about 10 or 15 minutes, I start to get anxious about the fact that I should get back to work, and it motivates me to return with a renewed vigor. And working that way is apparently proven to be very effective because I'm considered to be a fast animator. I can definitely tell you that I would be far less productive if I forced myself to be handcuffed to my desk and didn't allow myself those mini mental vacations to remuster my motivation. I even have a treadmill here at my desk so that I can walk while I'm working if I feel antsy. Which is fantastic because not only am I staying productive, but I'm also getting my steps in. Multitasking and keeping my mind occupied is just one of the ways that I deal with my ADHD. In fact, I even wrote this topic and wrote the entire script for this video while I was out doing my morning walk. And to make sure you don't miss any of the other videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and switch that bell. Or better still, want to start becoming an animator right now for only $2 a week? Come join us for our weekly 1-hour live feedback and over-the-shoulder animation fishbowl sessions at patreon.com/animation trainers. You too can join our students, our trainees, and our beloved patrons who have my eternal thanks for their support of this channel. Or would you prefer to have a private session with me where we can discuss how to improve your animation skills working with me directly one-on-one? Then please visit our website at animationtrainers.com and schedule a session with me. My name is Ron Freeman, and I hope that we will see you for our next video here at Animation Trainers. In the meantime, keep it moving.